Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Friday, July 29th, 2016, around 5:07 in the afternoon in Billerica, Massachusetts. Very nice and sunny day. It turned out to be a little tad cooler, not too much humidity, just a drop in the bucket for rain. We really do need the rain, and it's going to be a while before significant rain comes to the area. Some news to report: the Miami Marlins acquired pitchers Colin Ray and Andrew Kastner from the San Diego Padres for prospects. The Miami Marlins are serious about making a run at the playoffs. Also, the San Antonio Spurs signed David Lee to a 2-year contract worth $3.1 million, and the Tennessee Titans signed wide receiver Andre Johnson to a 2-year contract. Terms of the deals were not disclosed. And that's about it on the news. My second video blog subject of the day is about the cable program, sports program Inside the NFL. Inside the NFL has been on the air for close to 40 years, from September 14th, 1977 to date. The first 31 years it was on HBO, and since 2008 it's been on Showtime. Inside the NFL runs from the first week of the NFL season to the last week of the Super Bowl, after the Super Bowl. And Inside the NFL has a format like this. The current host is Adam Schnitz, and he's joined by a rotation panelist including Phil Simms and a couple of others. And the format is that they talk about current NFL news, highlights of the very important games of the weekend, the previous weekend, which was by NFL Films. It's narrated by Scott Graham. For the first 32 years Inside the NFL was on the air, it was narrated by the late great Harry Kalas. Plus, during Inside the NFL, they have interviews of some of the players, coaches, executives, and they also once in a while follow some of the players around during the season. Inside the NFL started back in 1977. The first host was Alex Meltzer, who was at the time the play-by-play announcer of the Buffalo Bills, and Pro Football Hall of Famer Chuck Burnick. The next year they were replaced by Merle Harmon, and Pro Football Hall of Famer Len Dawson. In 1980, Merle Harlem went to NBC, and it was joined by Nick Bonifico, and Len Dawson hosted the show for about 10 years, and in 1990 they added a third co-host, which was Chris Collinsworth. In the mid-1990s they added a few other people on it on HBO, including Jimmy Johnson, Jerry Glanville. Randall Cunningham was on there for a year when he was taking a year off, and a few others. Plus, during the 1990s and early 2000s, they added Peter King as an insider from Sports Illustrated, and they even had Frank DeFord as a commentator, some NFL issues. The show was overhauled in 2002 when Len Dawson and Nick Bonifico announced they were retiring from hosting the show. Bob Costas took the show over in 2002. He was joined by Dan Marino, Chris Collinsworth, and Chris Carter, and Bob hosted it for about 7 years, and once in a while they would have a celebrity on there talking about the NFL, which included George Lopez and Wanda Skies, among others. Inside the NFL got decent ratings for HBO, but in the end of the 2007 season, HBO announced that the show they canceled Inside the NFL because they were saying it was so much NFL related shows on ESPN, ESPN2, and other sports networks. That was their reason, but the real reason was the production cost was becoming sky high for HBO to like absorb, and they decided to get rid of it. It resurfaced the next year on Showtime, HBO's rival, with James Brown as host. They had Phil Simms and Boomer Esiason and Chris Collinsworth return, and also Warren Sapp. And they actually had a few reporters on Inside the NFL, like in 2014. Greg Gumbel hosted Inside the NFL for 1 year. Now it's Adam Schnitz, and the replay of Inside the NFL is on the NFL Network on Saturdays, but it's extended to 90 minutes because they have to fit in the commercials, and there's some parts that are edited out, probably due to some of the language, because Inside the NFL is on a premium channel, and they cannot use foul language on a broadcast channel at all, so they have to edit it out, because if they have something that accidentally slips, they could get fined big time. Inside the NFL is a very, very great show. It was the first sports cable show ever back in 1977, and it has stood the test of time. And that's about it on Inside the NFL. My third and final video blog is coming up tonight. It's going to be about my memories of going into Boston. I went into Boston almost every single weekend for about 15 years. Keep calm, everybody. And I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly Oldsblood of WCCO Accents, Nice Legs. Elizabeth Hutt, so stunning. She's the best. Amy Squeezy's awesome. She's got nice legs as well. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11, such a cool guy. And Barbara Gibbs of ABC 11 has that sweet southern accent. And in the words of the late great Owen Hart, former WWE superstar, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. See you later.